Do you ever feel like it's so weird that you're just awake? That you're just aware of something taking place, of something happening? And then all of our narratives come in and we try to explain it, create doctrines and dogmas about it, reasons for it, purposes, meanings. But in each waking moment, just imagine if you didn't have any of those preconceptions. So they seem to build over time in our memory banks, but what if you were to just wake up every moment into this? Into whatever this is. I'm hesitant to use any word for it. Consciousness, awareness, all of those terms, every word seems so loaded. Seems to require so much subtext. But what's going on? Like what's happening? I don't know. Do you? And if you do, how do you know that that's not just your mind coming up with another narrative, another explanation, another solution to the problem? There's no problem, right? There's no problem. It's just mysterious. It's just sudden and mysterious and bizarre and absurd. But also none of those things, because that's also the mind coming in again and being overwhelmed and flabbergasted and bewildered. There's a feeling to it too. It's not just perception, but there's a gravitas to it. There's a weightiness to it. Do you feel it? It's, oh, here I am. There's like a dropping in, an incarnation into each moment. If you forget that you have a self and forget that you have a memory and an ego and attachments and all of that, if all that just slips away, there's this, oh wow, here I am, and I don't know where that is, and I don't know what I am, and I don't know if I am separate from where I am, from all of this, or if it's just a mirror, just some weird illusion of separateness. I don't know. But that is one thing we can say for sure, isn't it? That there seems to be, regardless of whether or not it's an illusion, there seems to be me and that. Me and you. Separateness. Seemingly. And all of the wisdom traditions and perennial philosophies point at that being an illusion, and they all lead to the truth of oneness and union, unity. One with God, so to speak. One with the universe. But that doesn't really do anything for us here. Here. It kind of just messes with the noodle. It kind of just wrinkles the walnut. I don't really have anything to say on this, by the way. If you're waiting for some sort of insight, there isn't. I am simply agog. But I think that's worth sharing. I think that if we can all become more comfortable in being agog together, basking in the mystery together, it kind of helps us all feel at least a little less alone. And perhaps that's why it is the way it is, because it is the most encouraging of environs of arenas for love, for communion, for connection. What happens when you get a group of creatures together in the dark and the cold? They huddle. And it's only because of the dark and the cold that they ever would huddle. So maybe that is the most comforting explanation for why all of this is the way it is, the seeming separateness. Because it helps it all huddle. I think that maybe we're not all one. I think that maybe we are all becoming one. There are some magpies fighting with a hawk in the sky above me. You might have heard them pass. They certainly don't seem like they're becoming one, and yet in some poetic way, they are. Maybe all of our huddling doesn't always look loving. Maybe our huddling is simply interaction and communion. We find ourselves and each other not just through communion but also through conflict. I don't know what I'm talking about. It all sounds very insightful, doesn't it? But is it? Maybe it is because it isn't. Maybe it is because there's no real answer. Maybe that's the greatest insight of all. Sounds insightful. But it isn't. It isn't. I'm just as lost now as I was at the beginning of this video. But I'm a little bit more at peace with that being lost. And maybe, hopefully, you are too. Because you aren't alone, my friend. And you watching this makes me feel less alone too. So thank you.